Welcome to the University of South Florida Female Pelvic Medicine and Reconstructive Surgery Fellowship. I am Dr. Renee Basali, the Division and Program Director here at Tampa, Florida. Thank you so much for your interest in our program and your flexibility in interviewing virtually. We know that this is not the ideal situation, but with the growing concerns with the coronavirus and our institutional policies, we feel that interviewing in this format is the best way to ensure that you, your families, and your patients remain safe. Please know that you will receive all the same information today virtually that you would receive in an in-person interview. And we are all available to answer any additional questions you may have after your interview. I feel very confident that we will answer most of your questions with today's video presentation and with virtual face-to-face interviews. We are very excited to share with you our fellowship details. Our fellowship has been in existence for over 10 years, and our fellowship is a fully accredited ACGMA program and the only fellowship in the state of Florida. We are very proud of our fellows' education and their success after graduation. We are continuously evolving and making changes to the program to ensure our fellows will receive the best education possible. So again, thank you so much for your interest in our program and participation in today's virtual interview. Hello, and welcome to the University of South Florida Female Pelvic Medicine and Reconstructive Surgery Interview Day. Here at USF in Tampa, Florida, we have 4 dedicated board-certified FPMRS urogynecologists. I am Renee Basali. I did my training at Lincoln Hospital in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania for my OB/GYN residency and came to USF for my FPMRS fellowship in 2008. I have been practicing at USF since completion of my fellowship since 2011. Since this time, I have built a very clinically busy tertiary care center for patients with pelvic floor disorders, with comprehensive treatments for all kinds of pelvic floor disorders such as pelvic organ prolapse, urinary incontinence, fecal incontinence, interstitial cystitis, fistulas, both vesicovaginal and rectovaginal, as well as urethral diverticulums and mesh complications. We pride ourselves on being able to perform most surgical procedures in a minimally invasive manner, including vaginal, laparoscopic, and robotic surgery. Education of the fellows and residents are my main mission here at the University of South Florida. I have dedicated several cadaveric simulation courses to the fellows and residents. This includes slings and robotic and laparoscopic surgery to enhance your education and your experience. I continue to think of ways to help our fellows improve their education, and am very proud of our fellowship. Pictured below me is Dr. Christy Green. She completed her OB/GYN residency and FPMRS fellowship here at the University of South Florida. She was at Emory for several years after leaving USF in a similar role as faculty for OB/GYN residents and FPMRS fellows. She returned to USF in 2016. Her strengths are education and a strong passion for global health. She has been able to accomplish development of a global health curriculum for medical students and start a foundation to support ongoing yearly visits to Uganda for fistula and prolapse repairs for these patients. At present, all 3 of our current fellows have elected to participate in this elective rotation, and it has been an amazing and very memorable experience for them. Our other faculty, Dr. Allison Wyman, completed her OB/GYN residency at Case Western Reserve University School of Medicine and her FPMRS fellowship here at USF. She also started as faculty in 2016. Since this time, her passion for research has led her to leadership roles as chair of our scientific review committee, and she continues to serve as an active member on the advisory board members for OGS, FMIGS, SGS Fellows Research Network. She has experience in grant writing and is a strong teacher and mentor for research here for our fellows and residents. Dr. Kathy Lynch has been at USF for many years and has performed urogynec procedures prior to the start of our USF fellowship. She has been a mentor for all the fellows in surgical and clinical care of our urogyn patients since the advent of our fellowship in 2008. Fellows enjoy her breadth of knowledge and experience, and she is a strong vaginal surgeon to learn from. We are also very proud of our other faculty that you will have interactions with at USF. Dr. Stuart Hart was one of our original board-certified urogynecologists with the start of our fellowship in 2008. He did his residency at Emory and completed a pelvic surgery fellowship in advanced pelvic surgery and urogynecology in Atlanta in 2001. In 2016, after he completed his MBA, he moved on as the Medical and Senior Director of Global Medical Affairs with Medtronic, and now is with BD as Vice President Medical Affairs of Urology and Critical Care. He continues to contribute to our fellows' education at times in the ambulatory setting and in the operating room. Again, his knowledge and experience has been very valuable to our fellows. In addition, this year we are so excited to have Shane Terrence as a pelvic floor physical therapist at USF. She actively is seeing our patients, and her role as an educator will be valuable for our fellows' experience. Even prior to Shane's arrival at USF, we have had and continue to have another physical therapist, nationally renowned Rhonda Cotarinos. She comes to USF about every 6 to 8 weeks and actively teaches and gives our fellows hands-on experience here at the office. We also have an amazing relationship with our interdisciplinary team with colorectal and urology. Starting with colorectal, fellows will rotate with Dr. Marcet and Dr. Sanchez, both who have had outstanding teaching awards and an amazing clinical experience. In urology, Dr. Luke Wigand, who completed his residency at USF and fellowship in reconstructive urology at Washington University, is the director for our fellows' rotational experience. He is an outstanding surgeon and a great mentor for our fellows. He has a very busy clinical practice devoted to bladder reconstruction, and our fellows work closely with him in the OR and in the ambulatory setting as well. Dr. Hoffman started at University of South Florida in 2017 and has been a great addition to our fellowship. He completed his residency at the University of Puerto Rico and his FPMRS fellowship in NYU. His practice is mainly devoted to neurogenic bladder disorders and serves our community performing video urodynamics. Of course, last but not least, our team would not be complete without introducing our current fellows. Dr. Isabel Prieto, who will be graduating this year, completed her medical school at Ponce School of Medicine and her residency here at the University of South Florida. She is extremely talented, and we are going to miss her immensely next year. Dr. Eric Chang, a native Virginian, completed his medical school's training at the Virginia Commonwealth and residency at the University of Virginia. We rely on Eric to keep us organized. Ryan Hidalgo, our first-year fellow, who will still be present upon your arrival, has completed his training at Florida Atlantic University and residency at the Atlantic Health. He is so happy to be back in the warmth of Florida. I have no doubt he will make you smile. We are so proud of our fellows and encourage you to ask many questions today. They are a valuable source of information on our fellowship.
Hi, this is Dr. Wyman, and I'm going to go through our current setup for the fellow research experience. As you know, there are 12 months of dedicated protective time for research throughout your 3 years as a fellow. We feel strongly that we wanted to separate these 12 months between the 3 years so that there is a healthy balance of protected research time along with clinical and surgical time during each of the 3 years. You will notice that we have a high concentration of protected research time during your second year as a fellow, and we did that in order to kind of set up for success to complete, ideally, a prospective thesis. When you look through, you'll see year 1, there are 2 months of protected research time during your first year in fellowship. During your year 1, our other goals for that year will be an identification of a fellow and potential mentor of a faculty member who aligns with the fellow's interest in research. We also highly recommend that you start participation in our departmental scientific research committee that goes through and reviews all protocols within the Department of OBGYN, and it is an educational and learning experience for the fellows. By the end of year 1, we hope and anticipate that you will have a faculty mentor, you will formulate some ideas for your thesis project, create a sound hypothesis and research project, present the research concept to the entire division, receive feedback, finalize this protocol for your thesis project, and then submit your IRB and hopefully have a successful approval of that project by the end of your first year. So therefore then, during your second year as a fellow, you will have 7 months of protected time to execute your prospective project. During year 3, you'll have 3 more additional months of protected time. And during this time, either you'll be finishing up any of your data collection, but the ultimate goal would be to complete your manuscript and defend your thesis and have abundant time to clean up any other research projects that you may have out there. As you can see, we have it laid out where year 1 as a fellow will be dedicated for your research and design. Year 2 would be for execution, and year 3 will be for your manuscript writing. Furthermore, we also have dedicated didactic sessions that are taught weekly through classes over the course of 3 months each year that are in collaboration with efforts from the Maternal Fetal Medicine Division. The topics are listed below. Practical experience for each fellow is that each fellow will be assigned or choose a faculty member whose research interests are closely matched to those of the fellow, either basic science, translational, epidemiology, or clinical research interest. Faculty and fellows work closely together in developing and conducting a series of research projects with a major focus on the completion of your thesis. It is expected that the fellow will complete research projects during the 3 years of fellowship, submit abstracts to all of our annual meetings, and present them. Typically, this includes retrospective meta-analysis and at least 1 prospective study. Additional research projects are encouraged aside from just the thesis. I hope that helped to explain how we have our current setup, and please let me know if you have any questions or concerns.
Moving on to didactics. Fellows have protected didactic time every Wednesday morning from 8 to 12. This time coincides with and includes our departmental grand rounds in M&M. The remainder of the time is allocated for our FPMRS curriculum. This curriculum is a block schedule based on ABOG's Guide to Learning in Female Pelvic Medicine and Reconstructive Surgery and includes the 6 ACGME core competencies. It consists of an assortment of lectures, videos, chapter discussions, and journal clubs, and coincides with assigned chapter readings each week. Additionally, once a month, we have division research meetings to discuss ongoing projects, brainstorm new projects, and meet with our faculty mentors and statisticians. In addition to the regular Wednesday morning curriculum outlined above, we have several other special scheduled didactic sessions throughout the year. Some of these include Research Boot Camp. This is scheduled at the beginning of each academic year with the other OBGYN fellows. It includes a series of lectures, including biostats, study design, etc., as well as live tutorials for learning statistical software programs like SAS and SPSS, to prepare our fellows for successful thesis design and defense. There are robotic training labs. We have several of these scheduled throughout the year. Some use the simulator, and some include either live pig labs or human cadavers. We also have a sling simulation. This includes both lectures and hands-on activity for sling placement on both pelvic models as well as cadavers. And during these, we usually practice all 3, the retropubic, transobturator, and mini slings. We have done sphincteroplasty simulations with our residents, and this typically includes lectures and then a hands-on performance of sphincteroplasty using the beef tongue model. And then we also have training with our pelvic floor physical therapists, We do this typically every couple of months, and we have an expert PT who comes in not only to give us lectures, but also to allow our fellows hands-on training with actual patients in the various techniques. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys, and I look forward to chatting with all of you soon. Bye-bye. So the Global Health Opportunity our program offers is one of the things that I am most excited to talk about. This is something that I think is still relatively unique about our program. We offer the opportunity to our fellows, to all fellows, to have an elective experience in Uganda. It's typically during their first year in January, although it doesn't have to be during this time per se. We do go at another time in June or sometime over the summer, where we bring residents and medical students actually doing research. But the fellows typically have been going during the January period. Like I said, it's typically in Uganda. They go for 1 to 2 weeks. The hospital they've been going to is called Katovu Hospital. It's in Masaka. And we work with the local doctors there, as well as a team of international surgeons consisting of a urologist, a colorectal doc, sometimes a gynecologist as well. We do a large number of cases while we're there, mostly fistula, including urogenital fistula, so vesicovaginal, vesicoureteral, cervicovaginal, ureterovaginal, as well as rectovaginal fistulas. We do a significant amount of prolapse and stress urinary incontinence with autologous slings. We do see some rare cases like ectopic ureters, some rectal prolapse, some bladder augmentation surgeries. It's an incredible experience for our trainees, not only in the number of cases they get to do, but also the exposure to cases that you wouldn't see in such large amounts here in the United States. It also gives our fellows the opportunity to work with a pretty impressive group of international surgeons, both from Uganda as well as the UK typically. There are research opportunities out of this rotation for those who are interested, or it could be purely clinical. I think that is it. I'll be happy to talk to you guys more about this during the actual interviews.
Hello, my name is Ryan Hidalgo, and I'm one of the fellows in female pelvic medicine and reconstructive surgery at the University of South Florida. We want to thank you for your interest in our training program. In lieu of visiting us in person, we hope that this video will give you an impression of why we love our program and the area we live in. We here at the University of South Florida are proud to be the first board-certified fellowship training program for female pelvic medicine and reconstructive surgery in the state of Florida. We are located in beautiful Tampa, which is the third largest city in the state and the heart of the major metropolitan area known as the Tampa Bay area. Our fellowship program is headquartered at the university's South Tampa Center for Advanced Healthcare, or STC for short, which is located on an island in the bay and across the street from our main clinical site, Tampa General Hospital. We spend the vast majority of our clinical time in these two buildings, making our typical commute very straightforward. Tampa General Hospital is the primary teaching hospital for the University of South Florida and its Morsani College of Medicine. It serves a dozen counties in its catchment area, which corresponds to a population of over 4 million Floridians. It is licensed for 1,007 beds and is the area's only Level 1 trauma center. Close to 34,000 surgeries and 6,400 deliveries are performed each year. There is a dedicated women's surgery center where the majority of obstetric and gynecologic surgeries are performed, including our own urogynecologic cases. To get to our main clinic in STC, we simply cross the street from the hospital's main entrance. We have a dedicated pod area on the 4th floor of the building which is home to our patient rooms, nursing staff, and medical assistants. We have a private physician's workroom, 5 patient rooms, and a dedicated urodynamic suite. We routinely perform in-office cystoscopy, intradetrusor Botox, PTNM, and P&E for sacral neuromodulation. Our administrative suite is located on the 6th floor of the building. There, we have access to a conference room, a dedicated office for the FPMRS fellows, and the various resources made available to the Department of OBGYN, such as the dedicated mail and copy room and white coat laundering services. There are 3 other sites that we maintain clinical activities at, all of which are about a 20-minute drive away from STC and Tampa General Hospital. We also have clinic hours at USF Health's Morsani Center for Advanced Healthcare, which is located to the north on the university's main campus. As employees of the university, we also have access to the vast resources of the institution. This ranges from academic resources such as the library, employment benefits such as medical and dental insurance, and recreational resources on campus. The University of South Florida is home to the Bulls football team, which competes in the NCAA Division I in the American Athletic Conference. Also to the north is Advent Health Carrollwood, formerly known as Florida Hospital Carrollwood, which is a private community hospital where we also maintain privileges to perform lower-risk urogynecologic cases. Finally, we also have clinic hours at Tampa General Hospital satellite site to the east, called the Brandon Healthplex, which extends our catchment area to the communities along the east side of the Tampa Bay and beyond. And when it comes to life outside of the hospitals and the clinics, the Tampa Bay area never disappoints. Downtown Tampa is undergoing a drastic change to its landscape with the construction of countless restaurants, coffee shops, bars, nightlife, retail, and high-rises. One of the most ambitious projects is Water Street Tampa, a dramatic expansion of the downtown area surrounding the Amalie Arena, which is home to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Nestled within this area is the USF at Water Street building, which will be the new home of the USF Health Morsani College of Medicine and Heart Institute. This brings USF within a mile of Tampa General Hospital, further strengthening the partnership between the two institutions. Downtown is also home to USF's renowned Center for Advanced Medical Learning and Simulation, or CAMLS for short. It proudly hosts education and simulation events for specialties and programs around the world, including several of the American Urogynecologic Society's own, such as the Fellows Hands-On course and Urogynecologic Masterclass. If you need a break from city life, the world-famous white sand beaches of Clearwater and St. Petersburg are only a 40-minute drive away to the west. Tampa and these communities all share the same beautiful weather and climate that you would expect of the Sunshine State, which allows us to enjoy boating, fishing, festivals, and other outdoor activities year-round. Furthermore, Tampa's port is the largest in the state and is a popular cruise ship terminal. And if that wasn't enough, our central location within the state means that you can visit the theme parks of Orlando within a 90-minute drive. If you want to spend one of your many golden weekends to travel to other parts of Florida, that is very doable as well. For example, West Palm Beach and Miami are a 3 to 4 hour drive from Tampa, respectively. Our reach doesn't end there, though. Besides our involvement at the national level, we are also proud to be a part of annual international medical mission trips. For the last several years, our very own Dr. Christy Green and the fellows have traveled to Masaka, Uganda, to participate in the care and repair of women suffering from vesicovaginal and other obstetric fistulas.
Thank you for all.
Of course. Thank you guys. We are very proud of our program, our facilities, and our area, and we hope that this presentation has given you a taste of what life in Tampa is like. Once again, thank you for your interest in our program, and we look forward to any questions that you may have.